of Marion. This one a forward pass, but it looked like Adkins had a break on it, got shoved from behind and couldn't make a play on it. And it's incomplete nonetheless. It brings up 3rd down and 10. But had that play continued, had he caught the ball, there was nobody around. But luckily, Adkins, even after the push, was able to break up the play, and it brings up 3rd down and 10.
I don't know how you don't get an OPI on that one for you.
So 3rd down and 10, ball sitting at the 38-yard line. Got to get it to the 48.
This sideline is booming.
And the crowd coming alive for the Cats. Minute 22 on the clock. Cats leading by 7. There's a snap, drop back. They got to him. Dante Harris had him, but he missed. And now they'll get him down in play for 4th down right at the 44-yard line. Clock still running as Wyatt is going to have to get this offense up to the ball.
And still,
4th down and 5.
Still only 1 3rd down conversion the whole second half for Marion here. They are 1 for 8 in the second half.
4th and 5, 56 seconds on the clock.
Got the ball game here.
4th down, let's see. Dropping back is Wyatt, looking downfield, under pressure. Harris had him, it's incomplete.
Yes! And
Lane
you got a late
Carroll,
personal foul.
Lane Carroll knocked it away, and what a fitting way to end this ball game. Lane Carroll knocks the ball away on 4th down. He had the touchdown, 2 of them, both of them in the game. Had the interception just earlier, a few minutes ago. There is a flag.
Let's make sure this flag's on them.
And it looked like it was after the play because he didn't come up with the ball, and he was tackled by Zach McNeil, who's had a good game as well, who had the lone touchdown for Marion. But let's see, there is a penalty, and it looks like it's post-play. 13-7 the score.
Who cares if it's post-play? We're going to the house.
If it's post-play, it's over because Marion has no timeouts. Yeah, Coach Chris, they're giving the sign to him whether he wants to accept the penalty or not, and he's going to accept the penalty, and the Cats are going to knock off an undefeated Marion team.
And you know,
here at Gene Malcolm,
like I mentioned before, that's going to put us just that much closer to getting second place and home field advantage here at the Gene, baby.
So we'll see here. Got to take a couple of knees to finish this one. Just one, maybe 2 knees. Got to get one to start the clock and one to finish it.
2 personal fouls, it looks like, 30 yards.
They move it, yeah. All I can say right now before this game ends, somebody go get Chris. Right when this one goes final, we're going to send Brady out to go get Coach Chris.
Well, yeah, forget the stats. We're getting Chris, baby.
We'll get the stats too, but we'll send somebody to go get Chris at some point. Cats are going to take a timeout, and they're going to sort of relish this one. I don't blame them. Call the time, and wow, what a game. I mean, these two offenses, Mark. Marion's averaging 37 points a game. Virginia High's averaging 30. These defenses have really played well tonight.
And you know, if it wasn't for Alex Adkins, 14-13 Marion.
Alex Adkins making some big plays tonight.
I mean, the long run there by Kelby Webb, I'm so sorry, I'm out of it right now.
Kelby Ford.
Yeah, Kelby Ford. Along the sideline there, and just looked like nobody was even around him, and out comes Alex Adkins to come up with a big play to stop him. They don't score on that drive, can't convert on the 4th down from the 2-yard line. Take out the starting quarterback, starting running back to run your 3rd down play, then try to pass it on 4th down in this run-pass option offense. Next thing you know, we're looking at a 13-7 scoreboard for the Bearcats.
Yeah, just a quick turnaround there. That was a good little recap there of that. That's really exactly what happened, too. They had 2 plays down here on 4th down and goal from the 2, and Marion couldn't get it.
You got Lane Carroll playing safety back here on the offense.
Yeah, and the Cats are going to get set to kneel it. Just 2 more snaps away. The fumble, really, though, that could have changed the whole game. Rose fumbled it at the 39. Lathrop takes the shotgun snap, knees it back at the 34-yard line, and only one more for this clock to die down, and wow.
Hey, what fumble?
So Marion, who came into the game at 8-0, in about 25 seconds, if this snap's clean and nothing.
They haven't started the clock either, so that's the ball game.
We're going to take the knee anyway, and that'll do it. Cats knock off the Hurricanes as they're celebrating down there on the field. What a win. Not a lot of people saw this one coming, and I definitely didn't see the score to end like this, 13-7.
You know, hang your hat, Kelby Ford. What a game for you, son.
Yeah, Ford did his best. Couldn't get loose often, but tried his best running the football, and credit to that Cat defensive line, but also credit to that Marion defense. They played well all game long, and again, they're playing with heavy hearts. Their number one fan, Danny Kress, passed away last night. I knew Danny from back in my Hogahigi days, and we got prayers for Marion and everyone from over there in the town of Marion, and I know it's tough to deal with, and this is a tough loss, but they're a good football team, and I know they'll continue to play hard the rest of the season, and they've got a big one next week.
You got a couple games coming up, or next week for them. I mean, Graham's no slouch. I mean, they're taking care of business tonight, too.
So a big win for the Cats as they knock off the undefeated Marion Scarlet Hurricanes, who are now 8-1 on the year. And that sounds pretty good up here for the Bearcat faithful.
I hate to say Jamie told you so, but he told you so.
Yeah, Jamie talked to Mark before the game. He said, well, I'll tell you one thing, they're going to leave with a 1 beside them. And, hey, Lathrop was right, fortune teller. What about Lane Carroll?
Well, why are you talking about my player of the game like that? We haven't got there yet.
We haven't quite got there yet, but wow, Lane Carroll, 2 touchdown receptions on the night. And Coach Chris and this team, they continue to make history for the, it's been a while since the Cats have been in this position. Last season didn't go their way, just a 3-win year a season ago, and went 3-8, but what a turnaround. This is now 7 wins for the Cats. They'll have a chance to win 8 come next week. They've got a chance to host their first playoff game for the first time. They've knocked off some of the heavyweights in the area. They knocked off Abingdon and now Marion. 2 of the old school Southwest District heavyweights, but of course Abingdon now in the Mountain District, and just what a win and what a group of group of guys really on this team. Good group.
And Marion's got 1 loss in the conference, and so do we. They go to Graham next week. They lose that game at Graham. It doesn't matter what happens, and we'll get the second place finish in the conference, and that hasn't happened in a very long time.
And behind a very, very, very good Graham team, as we saw a couple of weeks ago.
I'm not going to say anything about Graham right now, Dylan. I'm kind of relishing.
It's going to be. I think it'll be a good game next week. I think Marion will get their heads back on them and get ready. It's going to be a tough trip up there, as we know.
I hate that trip.
That's definitely if you're a Marion fan tuned in tonight, stop by Cuz's Barbecue on the outskirts, and you'll enjoy it.
Don't. Because you'll hear about Richlands the whole entire time.
Everybody that works there loves Richlands, and they don't like Mark for some reason. But
I wore a hat. They didn't know you can't wear a hat in a restaurant.
Yeah, you don't wear a hat either. You're not allowed to. So it's only barbecue places I think I know where you can't wear a hat. But wow, what a win here tonight. That's the only thing that could top the barbecue. Any kind of barbecue you can get, good barbecue, bad barbecue, is a big win at home. Senior night, just think about these guys and what they've been able to accomplish. This is a team, like I said, that's not been able to do a whole lot over the past few seasons. They won 9 combined games the last 2 years. If you go back even further, just 11 combined games the last 3 years. So things have been kind of peaked, but tonight they notched their 7th win of the year, moved to 7-2 on the season, and 3-1 in the Southwest District. Let's take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back for the post-game show. 13-7, Cats knock off the Marion Scarlet Hurricanes here in Bristol. We'll be right back for the Bearcat post-game show, brought to you by Shoney's. We'll try to get Coach Chris to join us in just a few minutes. We'll be right back.
Bearcat Radio is brought to you by State Line Motors. Visit State Line Motors on Euclid Avenue in Bristol. Every Wednesday night during football season, join the voice of the Bearcats, Dylan Hutton, at Buffalo Wild Wings in Bristol for Bearcat Sports Chat. Wednesday nights at 6:30.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
You're bringing your daughter to her favorite pop star's concert. Do you A, wear earplugs?
Isn't this fun, Dad?
I'll have a soft pretzel.
B, remember the moment with matching concert t-shirts?
That's going to be $180.
Or we can just take a photo.
C, show her how you used to do concerts.
We're going crowd surfing.
I can't. He's too heavy. Oh, my God. Ah.
Or D, just roll with it.
Woo! Justin! Look at us. We're over here.
Justin! OMG! He just looked. I love you, Justin! I love you.
When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers. But that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org/VA. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
It's time for the halftime report on Bearcat Radio. Stay tuned for stats, scores, and more from the radio home of Virginia High Athletics.
Welcome back to the Bearcat post-game report. I'm Dylan Hutton, and Mark Harris went down to try to rally Coach Chris, get him up here to talk to us as we're compiling the stats up here in the booth for the final run here of the afternoon. 13-7, Bearcats getting the win over Marion. What a win it was, and we'll have the stats for it coming up in just a few minutes. Let's get some scores for you. 21-14, John Battle was up at the half in their ball game, and Ben-Hur. Union was leading Abingdon 35-7 there in Abingdon. Was 7-7 at one point, but now Union has broke out to a big lead over the Falcons. Let's see what else we can find for you through Twitter. Try to get some updates here around the area. Graham 48-20 win over Fort Chiswell. The Green Wave, or the Golden Wave of Grundy, defeat the Tazewell Bulldogs tonight 42-20. Richlands over Lebanon 52-7. So those are your final scores from around the area and around the district. Let's find you that Chilhowie Patrick Henry game. That was a big game in the Hoga-Higgy. Final 42-7. Chilhowie defeats Patrick Henry in Glade Springs. So a tough loss there for the Rebels. That was number 1 versus number 2 in the 1A bracket. But a big win tonight in the 2A, 2D side of things, with the Cats knocking off the previously 8-0 Marion Scarlet Hurricanes. And the Cats now at 7-2 on the season, 3-1 in the Southwest District. Marion now 8-1 and 3-1 in the Southwest District. So big win tonight for those guys down there in the black and orange here on a late October afternoon. We're still compiling some of the stats here for you as we move on into the post-game show. And let's look at the game recap from tonight's ball game. The first quarter, a quiet one, no score there in the first quarter. The Cats, though, are up for 13 points in that second quarter. Lathrop to Carroll was money downs tonight on third down as well. Jamie Lathrop to Lane Carroll, 38-yard touchdown with 8:47 to go in the second quarter. Put the Cats up 6-0 after a missed extra point. 2:26 to go in the second quarter. Lathrop to Carroll from 58 yards out for another touchdown on the afternoon. In the third quarter, not a lot going on in it as the Cats led 13-0 at half. In the third quarter, Reese had an interception for Marion, and that was about it. Lathrop threw a tough INT there in the third. And early, or about midway through the fourth, 5:53 to go, Marion a 28-yard touchdown pass from Wyatt to McNeil. Made it 13-7 after the extra point. Rose fumbled it at the 39-yard line, gave Marion some life, and they had several chances. They had the ball down here, 4th and goal from the 2, and couldn't score as the Cats held them out on back-to-back. Well, actually, it was 3rd and goal from the 2, and they couldn't get it from 2 tries. The big stat of the afternoon, Marion just 1 for 6 on 4th down, and if you total in the last one, that was 1 for 7 on 4th down. So Marion unable to get it done on the big late downs on drives, and the Cat defense able to keep Kelby Ford in check for the majority